Hello guys, I hope you are all doing okay. So today's video is about a healing testimony from the Dunamis International Church, Abuja.
They showed him the picture this morning. He didn't know that he was in Dunamis on that day.
He didn't know where he was.
He didn't know.
He was brought in like this.
So according to sources, a Ukrainian contractor who was being owed a lot of money in Nigeria was found collapsed in his hotel room. And previously the man had been diagnosed of brain aneurysm, and this is a sickness that inflates the blood vessels in the brain, fills them with blood, and at some point those blood vessels could rupture, and when they rupture it is very life-threatening. So this man was taken to the hospital, obviously, after being found lying unconsciously in his room, and he stayed in the hospital for like 2 days, and on the third day he was brought into the Dunamis International Church, Abuja. So this man was brought into the church in a wheelchair, and he was in a comatose state. He wasn't even able to control his metabolic functions. So he didn't know he was taken to anywhere, talk more of a church. And when they got to the church and told the pastor his situation, the pastor laid his hand on his head and prayed for him. And he was taken back to his hospital room after the prayers. But it was also reported that the hospital referred him to another hospital for treatments, which means that they possibly couldn't treat his sickness, considering the type of sickness and his age. But miraculously, the next day after his prayers, the man recovered from his illness. He recovered from what the hospital wasn't able to treat. He was even able to recognize the nurse that was attending to him and call her by her name. So when he returned to the Dunamis International Church of God to testify, he was shown the pictures of the day he was brought into the church, and this man shed tears. He was overwhelmed by what he saw because he could hardly recognize himself. But he was happy, and he said he's grateful that God wants him alive. The nurse that came with him to the church was also testifying that doctors at the hospital were shocked, and the doctor in particular was surprised that this is the man he saw at the ICU the other day, and that God must really love this man. So guys, there is nothing prayers cannot do. There is nothing God cannot do. And I'm sure this man is a living, breathing, walking testimony of what the Lord can do in the lives of his people. Remember in the previous video I said God uses challenging circumstances, high stakes. That's what he uses to shine forth in the lives of his people. That's what he uses to bring out his people, to make them stand out. So make sure to say your prayers too, because God can take control of that challenging situation in your life and make it turn out for the best. That's it for today, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.